I have returned. I feel so awkward making this because it's been 4 months, obviously. I never actually put up a video to say I was going. I know I was talking about leaving to go into America, I think in my other videos, but I never actually said goodbye as such. I did leave a comment on my channel saying I was leaving, but I don't know if anyone actually bothered to look at that or if anyone even saw that, so that could have been futile. Yeah, so I had a really good summer. I feel like I should talk about the J1. I don't know if this is the video I'm going to make as my J1 video. God, I'm so all over the place. I should like make a video on how to survive J1. That sounds a bit weird, but like it was like almost kind of like a mission to survive over there. Yeah, so I don't even know what to talk about. Okay, maybe I'll just make this my J1 video. I'll just talk about my summer really. I went to Montauk in Long Island, which is in New York, and it's like about 3 hours from New York. We got there I went with 3 of my friends, Amy, Roisin and Jennifer, and I definitely recommend going in small groups. Like I miss my friends from like the girls at home and whatever, like, but I was glad we went as a small group because it's so much easier to like meet other people and to kind of just make new friends, because that's the whole point of it really, like, you gain new experiences I suppose and like meet new friends, whatever. And it'd be kind of intimidating, I think, to go as this massive group. So I'd say like 4 or 5 would be the maximum I'd ever go with. It's very flat today. So we went out there, we arrived in New York. My suitcase was taken by another man who mistaken it for his own, and I opened his and saw ties. I was like, shit, this is not mine. So that was an ordeal from the beginning. It was already kind of stressful, and then like we didn't even have anything booked. Like, we went there with nothing. We had no idea what Montauk was like. Like, we'd heard stories, whatever, but we didn't like have any accommodation, no jobs, nothing sorted. And we were staying in New York that night, the city. Like, we didn't actually go into the city itself. We stayed in like one of those airport hotels. And I didn't have a suitcase, so I didn't even know what address to tell them to send it to. It was like horrific experience. But luckily they got my number and stuff, and this like I feel like I'm going to keep going off rambles. I almost started a ramble there about like some lady we met, but like there's no point because this video could go on for hours. Luckily I got my bag back the next day, so that was fine, and we got on the train and went to Montauk. We arrived at Montauk. This Irish taxi driver called Sean, he's a Roadrunner taxi, and there's all these taxi drivers screaming at us, and we were like, oh shit. And then we just saw this Irish guy, we're like, hey, right, we're getting into his taxi, and he brought us to this, well, we were like, okay, we have no idea where to go, so he brought us to this place called the Culloden, and it's a motel there. Like, America's just all, well, where we stayed anyways, was like all motels. This place called the Culloden, and your one gives us so much shit. She was so bipolar. She was like, how do you have nothing sorted? Like, why do you think you can just come to America and like not have accommodation? We're like, well, we're here and that's the story and that's it. Like, we can't change it now. But she luckily gave us a room for 2 nights, and we thought it'd be kind of relaxed for the first few days, and then she kind of gave us a kick up the arse. So went into town looking for jobs and handing out CVs. We didn't even have a phone. Like, we had our own Irish phones, but we had no credit because Meteor like eats your credit over there, and it was rough. And then we ended up staying in some other motel for 10 days called the Lido, and the woman absolutely despised us. We met these 5 Limerick guys and kind of just forced them to live with us. So hello boys, if you're watching. Kind of forced them to live with us, and to cut a very long story short, we were staying in this motel for 10 days, and I have a really bad chest infection as usual, so I'm going to keep coughing. So we stayed in there for 10 days, and we got this one room, and when I say one room, it was tiny. It had like a little kitchen in the corner and a bathroom, and 9 of us. 5 boys, 4 girls. I had to live there for 2 months, and it was messy. And I don't know if like if you're friends with me on Facebook, I always say I'll do this and I don't, that I'll put in photos here of like how bad the room was. So maybe I will, maybe I won't. It was pretty horrific. I do it all over again at the same time. Like it was so hilariously like I never went to Oxygen or like festivals because I thought I couldn't like hack living in a tent for 3 days. Like the thought of not having like, you know, a bed or a shower and shit. I did this for 3 months. Like so for the first 2 months, 9 of us were in this room and rent was 500 each, and like that's a lot of money. Montauk is so expensive. It's in the Hamptons, but it's like not really like the posh kind of Hamptons. It's kind of like untouched, but it's still expensive. We knew girls downstairs. One of the girls went to college with 2 of them, Dee and Sarah, and that's how they had moved in with these girls that we had met in the Culloden. So eventually we all moved down together in the last month because we couldn't really afford another 500 for August, and that cut rent down to 250, but it meant living with 17 people in one room. So the room was bigger, but like not like massive. So basically I slept on the floor kind of for the entirety. Well, the boys were very kind and gave us 2 single beds pushed together for 4 girls for the first 2 months. But by the end, like downstairs, I never slept in a bed. I was just always on the floor, and my back is bollocks from it. So that was an eventful time. Like we had like all these blankets, and like you'd lift them up and there'd be all like sand and wrappers and shit all underneath. And one of my friends, Amy, has like a picture of like when we lifted up on the beds, and it was all cans of Four Loko, half-eaten Chinese food. It's bad. But like, yeah, that's basically it. I got a job in these kind of like shops. There's 4 shops and this English guy owned them, and I worked in a kid shop, a men's clothes shop, a kind of severe shop, so that was good. I'd like met really nice people. They're lovely people down there, and I got like $10 an hour, which is grand. Like so, it kind of like got you by. It wasn't like some of the girls got waitressing jobs and they'd come home with like, you know, 200 some nights in tips, but they were getting paid $5 an hour or something. So I think I'm glad in a way that I didn't get a waitressing job, because it would kind of be stressful or whatever, and you're kind of just trying to have the crack. In other ways, for the money, it probably would have been better, but like, I mean, I survived, so it's grand. Yeah, so that was kind of it. I had the best time ever though. Like I honestly 125 million% recommend Montauk to anyone. I just turned 20 over there, so I didn't have a fake ID. But like we used the girls, like some of the girls were 21 and we used theirs. Like one time I got in a girl's ID and like she had peroxide blonde hair and it was a really recent photo. They don't even look at photos, they just let you in on like, they see that you're 21, they're like, grand, yeah, walk in. It was very like pub kind of scene, not pub, like bars and stuff. There wasn't really clubs as such, so the closest thing we got to a club was this place called the Sloppy Tuna, and it was on the beach, and it was really cool. Like in the smoking area, all these like surfboards around it, and yeah, that was class. It was just so good. Like we go drinking on the beach, have bonfires, just so much fun. Like so yeah, I 120 million% recommend it. Sound like Louis Walsh from the X Factor. Yeah, okay. I don't know what else to talk about. Might actually do a proper video on like, I don't like think I can actually say anything else on it. Like I recommend like what we did is what everyone does. You kind of go over there with no job and no accommodation sorted, and it's rough. Like I mean, I remember at the start, like we were actually upset. Like we're not going to get accommodation. Like they just did not want the Irish. So yeah, it's rough getting accommodation, and I think it's rough everywhere. It's not just Montauk. Getting jobs, like they were throwing jobs at us in Montauk, like, but you just need to get over there early. Like I definitely recommend going over at the end of May. If you go over like later than after June, you're kind of just, you're not going to get a job like at the end of June, because that's when the the kids get off school, that's when everything kind of got really busy in Montauk, so I don't know about anywhere else. Yeah. I don't know, I've really funny stories and stuff, but I don't know if there's any point telling them, because it's kind of like probably a case of where you had to be there, you had to know the people to find them funny. There was loads of wildlife in Montauk. Like one day we were in a taxi and we knocked over a turtle. I don't know if it's a turtle or a tortoise. I don't even know. That's alright, I sound like an idiot. My intentions for this year are to probably like put more effort into this channel. I don't think I have at all. I don't think I was ever like 100% dedicated to this. I'm incredibly lazy with editing, and like uploading, it just takes so long and I just couldn't be bothered. But yeah, I'm going to try much harder, and I'm going to probably set up a blog once I think of a suitable name. I just cannot think of a name to call it. So yeah, if anyone has any suggestions, do comment below. Yeah, I have to show you the coolest shoes ever I got. So yeah, more effort into the channel, more videos. I'll probably definitely try and do one video at least a week. That's a start. And maybe 2. We could push it to 3, but I'm not going to get too excited about it just yet. I'm not going to college anymore. I'd say most people probably know that. I dropped out. I really hated arts. Like I decided to do it when I was 17 because I thought it would be easy and like, you know, it's just a basic degree, but like I just don't think it's worth spending. Like I was supposed to be going on Erasmus. No, everyone's like, oh, you're going to regret not going on Erasmus, but it's like I was like not good enough at Spanish to like hack an Erasmus, and I just wasn't like comfortable going, and it was like so much money to ask for, like my parents to have to pay for it because I don't have any money, and I wouldn't be working over there. Well, I'd probably try and find a job, like my Spanish probably wouldn't be good enough to even work somewhere. So yeah, that's really my story. I'm not in college, I'm working for the year and then reapplying. I'm not really sure what I want to do properly. I need to have an epiphany moment, I feel. So yeah, that's hopefully meaning that I'll put more effort into this channel and a blog and, you know, whatever. But now I just want to show you some of the stuff I got in America. These shoes are, okay, we went to New York at the end for a week, and oh god, I could just give you a sneak peek. There's a shop called Steve Madden, someone you probably know it. I kept seeing these shoes, and I just honestly, I had to have them. And everywhere I went, they didn't have them in my size. I think I'm a size 9 in America. It's so horrible. Like I was like, oh, I have to go home with these. I'm not leaving without them. They're $150, but like they're so worth every penny. Like I call them my Jesus shoes because I feel like Jesus made them with his own hands. Yeah, they were worth it. So they're a size and a half. They're half a size too small for me. But like I don't give a shit. Beauty is pain. Okay, it's worth it. They're amazing. What else? I got my friends. It was my birthday over there. It's such a good birthday. My friends got me this book, the grilled cheese book. I love grilled cheese sandwiches. Yeah, so they were like insisting that every time I make one, I have to put it up on Facebook. So I might do that. Even though I'm supposed to be starting a diet. Yeah, America makes you fat. That's one thing I'll say. All we did was eat pizza for the 3 months. It was really bad. They got me this toilet paper that's like wiping your ass with $100 bills, you know, that kind of thing. I got this thing for my dad as a joke. It's like this, he's really holy, so like you press it into toast and it looks like, you know, there was like an imprint of Virgin Mary. I don't know, haven't done it yet. I showed it to him before I could like trick him, so whatever. I got these signs. I have 2 more of them. My friends got me like one of these signs. It's not easy being easy. For my birthday, and then I was like, I want to put these up in my room, so I was like, I'll get 2 more because 3 is a nice number. And this one is women call me bitch, men call me often. I think this is hilarious. And inside me is a thin woman screaming to get out. I keep the bitch quiet with chocolate. I just think they're really cool. That's from someone having chewing gum and it's sticking these 2 things together. That's what happens when you live with 17 people. I can't actually remember what I was talking about because I had to delete stuff from my camera. The video is so over the shop, I'd say. I just don't know what I'm talking about half the time. Oh, I got this new, yeah, speaking of being all over the shop, I'm going to start talking about makeup again. This is one of the, I got a paint pot and it's really nice. It's called Ruben-esque. So yeah, I like that. I'll be using that a lot in videos. Do I have anything else to tell you? Not really. I think I should just stop this video, quit, do another tutorial another time. I will definitely try and do one tomorrow because I feel obliged to at this stage. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this, fair play. If you want me to do an actual J1 video explaining how to like go about living your life over there, like surviving it, I will. I don't know if I can say much more than what I did. Like, you kind of have to experience it for yourself, and everyone's experience is different, like dependent on where you go. I think Montauk was a very like J1 orientated town, so like it's kind of like a seasonal town. It gets busy during the summer and that's when all the Irish come, and when they leave it like dies down again. So yeah, I don't think I'd recommend a city. Not that I actually lived in a city, but when I was in the city, I think if I had done a J1 there, I would have like shot someone. It's just like human traffic, and it's like completely different. Like Montauk's so relaxed, and like you get up. Okay, I really need to go now because I keep talking and it's like word vomit. So yeah, thank you for watching, and you know, recommendations, etc. If you have any ideas for a blog name, that would be fantastic, because I don't know what to call it. So yeah, have a good day. Thank you for watching.